Alright, time to feed these gamers again. You know, the usual stuff. They want their news. Okay, alright, fine. Give it to them. Hello, peoples. Another beautiful day. Yup, or night. Hope your five senses work, health and strength is good or excellent. What? What's up, Steam Deck fans? You know, the Steam Deck tribe, nation, universe, world, legion, what's good? Mob, what's happening? Squad, what's up? Nerds, geeks, and freaks, and you investigators, what's happening? Okay, Tom Hardware. Got a nice article here. It says here, Steam Deck custom AMD processor exposed Van Gogh die shot, reveals CPU, GPU core design, and unused hardware. Yep. It says here, YouTubers. It says here, Van Gogh is a very unique AMD chip. Unused hardware, I mean it's being used, but AMD and Valve ain't saying anything. It says here, YouTuber high yield and photographer Fritz Chin Fritz have released an in-depth analysis of the 7nm Van Gogh APU from inside the original Steam Deck, featuring die shot with annotated components. The study reveals the layout of the Van Gogh APU and how significant each component is, and clear the air on some hardware that seemingly serve no purpose for the Steam Deck. Codename Arith by Valve, the Van Gogh is an APU designed by AMD and manufactured on TSM 7nm process. It contains 4 Zen 2 cores, and 8 RDNA 2 compute units, CUS, which is relatively powered compared to mainstream Ryzen APUs for laptop. Van Gogh isn't available for any company as a semi-custom design, hence its near exclusive use in Steam Deck. The die shot analysis confirmed the basic specs, revealed how significant each component inside the APU was. Valve measures 162 millimeters square with the LPDDR5 memory bus, using about 9%, CPU cores taking up 12%, and GPU cores consuming 11%. Of note, it says here, the GPU cores themselves only makes up roughly half of the entire graphics processor. Miscellaneous GPU function and components combined are approximately the same size as the 8 RDNA 2 Qs. So I can get this here. This just popped up on me. CUS. I said Qs. Combined with memory controllers and other GPU related component, these parts comprise only half of Van Gogh total size. I/O components for USB ports, display compatibility are contained with the other half, but the die shots shows unaccounted areas. And let's see what we got here on this chart. Looks good. Yeah, that little Steam Deck is packing, man, and it's no pushover by any means. So Valve, they did years of research on this before they finally, did it. So yeah. What do we got here? Got 32-bit LPDDR5 physical, 32-bit LPDDR5 physical. So you got 4 32-bit LPDDR5 physical. That's 4. Then you have Core 0, 1, memory controller, VCN 3.0. Then you have the what's this? See if I can increase this here. You got the core 1. You got 4 cores, 0, 1, 2, and 3. You have CPU MISC. Then you have the WGP 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, the Steam Deck is packing. Let's see, PCIe 3.0 2 times SATA, PCIe 3.0 SATA 3, PCIe 3.0 physical, 4 times PCIe 3.0 physical, controller logic, 6 USB physical, man, yeah, this Steam Deck is the Steam Deck has got some power behind it. That unused chip, only Valve and AMD know what it's really for. So it's unused, but it's really being used. And then to go from like 7 nanometer to 6, that means the 6 is probably using the same amount of power. The 6 is using this to go from 7 to 6. That means the 6 is using the same amount of power that the 7 is probably using. Yeah. Anyway, says here, according to the high yield, 13% of Van Gogh's APU space is dedicated to a component he initially couldn't identify, but believes this computer version processing engine CVPE used inside the Magic Leap 2 AR headset. The Magic Leap 2 is confirmed to use AMD Miro APU, which has 4 Zen 2 cores and 8 RDNA 2 cuts like Van Gogh. Initially assumed to be a variant of Van Gogh, High Yield claim Van Gogh and Miro are the same chip used in both the Steam Deck and Magic Leap 2. And it says, one vital piece of evidence for this claim is that the 6 nanometer Sephiroth APU used in the Steam Deck OLED is much smaller than 7 nanometer Aerith, although TSMC 6 nanometer has 18% denser logic transistors than 7 nanometer. Sephiroth 20% smaller size implies that something was removed to slow down the new APU. And it says High Yield further speculates the original Steam Deck may be able to utilize the CVPE hardware that currently goes unused. However, depending on whether AMD manually disables the CVPE using a laser or if it merely turns off by firmware, it's also not clear how well modders would be able to utilize the CVPE since it's used exclusively in Magic Leap hardware and software. And anything else? That's it. Well, the Steam Deck, you know, it's doing its thing, you know, and Valve and AMD did a lot of work and research on this to bring it all together, you know. The first models, to me, I think were just test models to see what the response was and the feedback they were going to get. But once they opened that line of communication, yeah, the Steam Deck, you know, they built the OLED, you know, and based on the feedbacks they were getting. So, you know, this article brought up a lot, and you know, I mean, 9% buses use 9%. I mean, the DDR memory used 9%. CPU cores take up 12%. GPU consume 11. Yeah, that mean they probably like cut down on the they just improved the, basically in a nutshell, they just improved the performance of the Steam Deck with the OLED. And you're seeing it as you play games. To go from 7 to 6. Yeah. And, yeah, it was, to me, the Steam Deck 2 was really built for our 2024. You know, like whatever games come down the way, the Steam Deck is ready for it. And that unused chip now that's being mentioned is gonna play a huge part. I mean, going forward as far as games is concerned. So yeah. Yeah, Valve did their homework on this, you know. 4 Zen 2 cores and 8 RDNA, no, 4 Zen 2 core, 8 RDNA 2 compute units. Yeah, you know, it's relatively underpowered compared to the main Ryzen APU for laptops. But it says Van Gogh isn't available for any company as a custom design. Hence, it's near exclusive in use in the Steam Deck. Yeah, that the Van Gogh is doing what it's supposed to do. You know, so yeah, yeah, Valve did their homework on this, man. This YouTuber did as much research as he can. I mean, what's his name? Fritz. But I'm sure he's gonna try to go over it again, see if there's anything that he missed, you know, or anything new that he can come up with. So, yeah. But the Van Gogh, the Van Gogh inside the Steam Deck, it's doing its thing. I think the key word was I think the key word in this, I mean, the OLED is performance. You know, how could they get a better performance? You know, keep things cool and running smooth, and yeah. And when they took one of those to go from 7 to 6, that explains everything. And yeah, it's you know, components might be smaller, but you're getting a better performance than what you did before, you know. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, the Steam Deck, it's worth its weight. Okay. Okay, it says the CVP hardware that currently goes unused. However, that depends on whether AMD manually disabled the CVPE using a laser, or it's merely turned off by firmware. It's also not clear how well modders would be able to utilize the CVPE. Yeah, modders got some research to do on this on the CVPE. You know, trial and error, so to speak. See what they can find. See what they can come up with. Yeah. But other than that, Steam Deck OLED is a bad handheld, man. Yeah. The OLED is ready for 2024, so yeah, bring on the games. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek thing, or Dark Side. Go. Peace.